we have both? Are we doing both today?
Yes.
All right.
From the
They're
hospital.
both
Should be
running
good to
ready.
go.
Okay. Let's begin. Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, March 4, 2015. It is 4:30 in the afternoon, and we shall begin our council meeting. May I please have a roll call?
Ron Rensing.
Here.
Randy Funker.
Here.
Brad Hint.
Here.
Greg Gills.
Here.
Zach Sawyer.
First on the agenda, public comments. Do we have any public comments? No? I kind of like you, Millie. Okay, awesome. There are no public comments. Moving on, our consent agenda. Are there any questions, comments? And if not, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Support.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Funkert.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Rensing.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Thank you. We will now open, on number 3, new business, we'll now open our public hearing, and this is on the budget for the fiscal year 2015 and 2016. The public hearing is now open. If there are any public comments. There are not. Did you receive any written?
No.
There are not. Do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
Move. Support.
Thank you. Roll call to close the hearing.
Hint.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Rensing.
Aye.
Funkert.
Aye.
Thank you. And then we will need a motion to have that approved so it can be certified by March 15.
Make the motion to approve the 2015-16 budget.
Support.
Thank you. If you have any questions or comments, roll call, please.
Gills.
Aye.
Funkert.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Rensing.
Aye.
Thank you. Number 4 on our agenda is considering pay estimate number 2 on the regional airport runway lighting rehab. This is for parts, I do believe, stored materials. It's in the amount of $12,366.46. And work will start once the weather cooperates and warms up.
Todd, do you know, is that stored here at the airport or at the warehouse?
These parts are actually at the airport.
Okay.
It's common for us to pay for stored materials. Most projects, it doesn't specify that it has to be within the city, but with being an FAA project, it has to be on site.
Okay.
They're at the airport.
Any other question?
I assume that they're still providing the insurance coverages on it.
I don't think so.
Couldn't tell you that.
I think once it's on site,
Well,
the city takes
that's
over.
why I don't know. I don't know what our agreement is, so better verify it.
That was going to be my question. If they had it, then I was hoping we had a certificate of insurance. But if we have it, I think our insurance covers it then.
Great. I got that in my notes. We'll check into that.
Okay.
Okay, do we have a motion then to approve the pay estimate number 2?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. May I have a roll call, please?
Funkert.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Rensing.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Number 5 on our agenda is considering the proposal for a hydraulic modeling and storage study for the water system. As you know, it is in our budget to start a research and get a proposal, and I'm believing Todd has plenty of information to share with us on that. So, Todd, I'll let
Yeah,
you.
you should all have the proposal from DGR in front of you. Basically, what we want to do is we want to update our hydraulic model. Back in 2006, we did do a study of our water service system and potential storage. And then in 2007 is when we constructed the large 12-inch main from the water plant around the north side of town over to Country Club Road. That was part of that study. Now we're moving on to the next phase. I think you've seen in the CIP, we're proposing a new elevated tank in the upcoming years. And I'd like to do some of this in preparation for that. In 06, when we did the hydraulic model, we did it just based on assumptions from our ISO report. Well, since that time, we've updated our ISO report. We also put in many water mains. Some things at the water plant have also changed, so we think it makes sense to update that study and also this time actually calibrate it to get actual numbers. So they'll come do a bunch of flow testing in different pumping situations. So it will be calibrated. And at that point, if we ever add mains in the future, we can call them up for a very minimal amount of time. They can plug a new water main in and tell you this is net gain to fire flows and pressures in any certain area. The other thing that'll help us do, moving on then in phase 2 of the study, is we can put in a tank in different locations and see what connecting mains we need to make sure that those two tanks float at the same level. If you just make assumptions, you could end up where the two tanks would not, one would be full and say overflowing, when the other one would only be 3/4 full or half full or so on and so forth. So it's imperative that we make sure that hydraulically the two tanks would float together and stay to the same height. Also in phase 2, just to cover our bases, I asked them to study with different mains at different locations, and also look at whether or not we can do the improvements simply by putting in a GSR at the water plant and some upgraded pumps, maybe turn it into like a 2-pressure system, and or placing a GSR and like a booster station out in the system.
GSR?
I don't think those are as likely as candidates as an elevated tank, simply because you don't have to store pressure. But for a few dollars to research them now, if they would work, it would be considerably less to build something like that than it would be to an elevated tank. So I think it makes sense to at least research it across the both of those, one way or the other.
Would these, if, let's say we build a second elevated tank, would they fill and empty jointly?
That's the plan.
Okay, so in other words, wherever that second tank would be, it would draw down or fill up at about the same level as our current water tower.
You would build it to an elevation to the same as the other tank.
Okay.
That's why I say it's very important that you have enough pipe and the
that's
right
why,
size
yeah.
pipe so that they are not only connected together and float together, but they fill at the same rate and or drain at approximate.
That's why I was curious about that.
Yeah. Phase 1 of the study is $19,700 and would be completed by June 1. We do have monies budgeted in our current fiscal year to cover that. Phase 2 is $16,500. We don't have monies budgeted for that. So we would propose that would come out of either operating or depreciation, depending upon where we're at once the study was done. And just another note that if they complete phase 2 and we would move forward with a water tower project, they would put 50% of the 16.5 towards the next water tower, because they'd be wanting to do some of this work, basically giving us a 50% credit on this amount towards the next project.
Okay.
Questions?
I do
Nope,
not.
I think
Thank
it's
you.
well worth the money, and I think it's something that needs to be done.
If we have to do it, if we want another water tower, it's part of doing business.
Yeah, this will also update our numbers. In 06, we did projected, I think 5, 10, and 20-year water consumptions. We'll renew those and also be able to see, almost 10 years later, if our projections were in line or not.
Sure.
And that may affect the size of the project or the size of the tank.
Okay. I do like the idea of investigating another GSR, though.
Yeah. Like I said, I doubt that'll end up
Yeah,
being the answer,
understand.
but I
Yeah,
I certainly
it
would
should
hate
be
to
looked
find
at.
out later we could have built it for half the money and got by with that.
But with this study, they're going to tell us what's going to be the best option for us.
They will, yeah. They'll outline all the options and whether or not they see them as feasible options.
Okay. Go ahead, Greg.
If and when Lewis and Clark gets here, there's really nothing that happens there that's going to affect any of this, is there?
No, because Lewis and Clark, as proposed right now, would tie in by the treatment plant. Basically, just give us more water to pump out. The only thing I could see changing there is if we put a storage facility in to store Lewis and Clark water to blend it with our water, or if we just take it right off the line. And we need to research that at some point. Matter of fact, we've had it in our 5-year plan for a number of years, but we continually leave it towards the back until time gets closer.
It's been on the 5-year plan for
Then we
15.
can study that.
Right. Okay.
But
Any-
this won't hinder that by.
Okay.
something that we need to
I
have
don't really
done.
want to worry about that.
Any other questions then, or comments? If not, we will need a motion to approve this proposal from hydraulic modeling and storage for our hydraulic modeling and storage study. Tongue twister. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the contract.
Second.
Thank you. Last request for any comments or questions? May I have a roll call, please?
Hand.
Aye.
Rensing.
Aye.
Funkert.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Thank you. And next on our agenda, the last item is any comments? Council?
I'd just like to, I had mentioned this to Millie earlier, but I was proud of the library and how well they've done on looking at their budget and getting things under control, and I just want to personally thank them for that.
Okay, any other comments? I agree. Good job. Thank you both. And to your whole committee, not just, don't want to leave anybody out, but good job to the library committee there, so thank you. Now, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Gills.
Aye.
Hand.
Aye.
Funkert.
Aye.
Rensing.
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.